This isn't just any 911 992, this is the Dissident Automotive 992. So we're very fortunate to have the Dissident Automotive demo car down with us today, and I'm also joined by founder Alex Mortimer. So come and join us, Al. Firstly, thanks for bringing this down. I have to say this thing looks absolutely fantastic in the flesh. I mean, I saw some original photos when you were sending them over, but having now seen this in the flesh, it looks spectacular. So first off, tell me a little bit about what the idea was with this kit and how obviously you came about doing what you do now.
So the concept for us was we wanted to launch an automotive brand. We've been fortunate enough over the last few years to build up our composites business, our separate production business into a bit of an animal, and we wanted to do our own brand and make our own stuff. We've traditionally always made for motorsport, but this was our first pop of our own pieces for our own cars, and we had to start somewhere. And Porsche for me is something that I hold it in my heart close. I've raced them previously in the past, and I love the brand, and I think it cries out for it. There's just so much plastic on these cars.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it just cries for the sort of carbon touches. So that's what we try to deliver.
Excellent. Well, I think you have. I mean, it's basically that is the checkbox that you've ticked there. I agree. The amount of plastic that comes on these cars, and considering their price tag, you'd almost expect a bit more exotic material. So first off, yeah, looks absolutely fantastic. So talk us through some of the parts you've done here. Obviously, we're looking at a very nice, almost twin element front splitter here. So tell us a little bit about this part in particular.
Absolutely, yeah. So we, this is our launch edition car.
Okay.
We started by doing splitter, sills, ducktail spoiler at the rear and a diffuser. Obviously, as you say, you can see the splitter up here now. Again, we wanted something just a little bit more prominent than the sort of standard OEM one, but we didn't compromise approach angle or anything like that too much. So you get a bit more of a sporty look. Obviously, the carbon finish, which is, you know, I'm biased, but I like that. But yeah, it's just a nice look, a bit more aggressive, a bit more stance than standard.
Okay, and in terms of the drop there, does this lower it a massive amount, or is it fairly standard to
No,
original?
we're dropping 5mm maximum from OEM, so we don't really compromise much. And the big thing for us with all of our parts, we set out with the goal of fitment quality needed to match or exceed Porsches.
Okay.
Our fitment quality here, we directly replace the plastic part. We're not overlaying over the top, we're not sticking on it. This is remove the plastic and bolt our piece in the same manner. So
awesome.
Easy fitment and quality fitment.
And all the original fixings as well, so there's no additional screws and bolts.
There's no self-tappers going anywhere here. You know, this is direct replacement and bolting using the same bolts.
Nice. And just talking about the carbon itself very quickly, so this is a 2x2 twill. All this carbon, presumably they're autoclave prepaid carbon parts throughout the car?
That's right, correct. So all of our stuff is made using the same techniques as you see in Formula One or motorsport globally, which is autoclaved prepreg carbon.
Nice.
Ultimately, we're a low volume manufacturer, so there's a lot of options that we can offer. This car's got the herringbone V.
Yes, I noticed that there. You can see the V pattern on it.
For sure, which I'm a big fan of. That's an option. Standard, it's just a straight weave across. Well, the stripe is running across. But yeah, we can do any number of things. There's bespoking options. That's cool. Whatever you can dream of, I think we can do.
Excellent.
So yeah.
Awesome. Well, let's have a look at the rest of the kit here. So let's come around to the side skirts, and it looks almost like a factory part, but straight away it looks like it's significantly more aggressive. So this is slightly lower than the standard side sill.
Absolutely. So sill is 20mm lower. This car already has the PASM suspension, which is 10mm lower, so it looks particularly stanced on this. For me personally, coming from a motorsport background, I just love the more sort of athletic look of it.
Yeah.
The Carrera is such a good car now, you know, as an all-round daily prospect. This thing really is incredible. You can get 4 people in it. It's quite tight. It's fast, but I just think it looked a bit too round, a bit too soft. By putting this sill in, got a big light catching surface, just gives it real presence, I think.
It's nice, yeah, and especially when you look down the side profile of the car, you still see these haunches rather than the sill tucking away, which is often what you see with a lot of factory sills.
Exactly. You see on, exactly. I really like that sort of, just sporting stance. That was the goal with that, and I'm happy with how it's come out. We've achieved it well. As you get in every time, you get a lovely view of the carbon. I can't knock it.
Awesome. Yeah, it looks fantastic, and it ties in obviously front to the rear, so that's working our way through the back here.
Correct.
And immediately what stands out is this fantastic looking ducktail. I mean, isn't that the most beautiful piece? And it looks, the best compliment I can give to this kit, having looked at it first time in the flesh, is it looks like it could actually be driven directly out of the factory like that. And yeah, I'm very impressed by this, I have to say. So what was the idea and inspiration behind this particular part?
So again, for me, the rear of the car standard was just a little bit too round, a little bit too squidgy. I'm not a huge fan of the monstrous traditional ducktail you see. So we spoke about the different options, what can we do here? And we went with this sort of soft ducktail to start with. The idea being we wanted something that looked great static down, and also this is a lifting part, you know, this does actuate at 60 miles an hour. So we wanted to make sure that when it's in the up position, it still didn't look bonkers, and still just going in with that OEM plus vibe. The part had to look like it's come out of the factory. You know, quality is the most important thing for us here with this.
Awesome.
I
like the paint here as well. So this is obviously a touch that you've worked out, and I presume there was a few conversations around the boardroom about how to end the paint line and how to blend it in. So that's quite a nice touch.
We had a lot of discussions on that, a lot of wrangling. This is what we call our Launch Edition scheme. We make that available to customers who want that. Not everyone wants the visual carbon. For me personally, I love it. The part is available in full body colour as well.
Okay.
We left a top surface panel visible and a rear surface panel. Just for the carbon junkies out there like myself, you really get a good idea of what it does. And for me, I just love how it runs from the screen through the radiators at the back, through the intake and into the ductail.
It's just a lovely swage how it just connects from obviously the rear quarter then straight into the boot spoiler. Again, it's keeping that sort of OEM plus look, isn't it? And that's kind of what I presume you guys have tried to achieve from day one.
All the way. That was
awesome.
It needed to look classy, and I'm happy with the outcomes.
Awesome. So then the final piece of the puzzle here is this rear diffuser, and this is quite a subtle piece. It does obviously add a little bit of aggression on the side elements, as well as having a little bit more aggressive interiors in the middle as well. Absolutely,
yeah. So diffuser, we always wanted to put diffuser on the car. It was critical for us that when we put the sill on, which was going to, give it that bit more stance down the side, be that 20 millimeters lower, it had to tie into the rear of the car. So again, we've got some nice light catching surfaces on the rear, and your traditional sort of motorsporty straight vibe underneath. It just tidies up the back of the car, and again, just a bit more sort of performance oriented look.
Yeah, it looks spectacular. I mean, the whole package just lends itself really well towards almost the Porsche sort of design language. It's not too garish, it's just a really nice, well put together kit from what I can see. It's very nice. So brilliant. Well, appreciate you obviously coming down and showing us the car. We're actually very fortunate that we're going to be fitting soon one of these ducktail spoilers to a customer's car. So I'm really looking forward to seeing these parts on other Porsches coming in. So thank you very much for coming down. I appreciate it. What a stunning car. Must be really awful having to drive this 3.5 hours here.
It's a terrible life. Someone had to do it, but man, lucky I was free today, so
You pulled the short straw there, yeah. Amazing. Well, thanks a lot, Al. Good to see you again, and we'll see you guys next time.